So the finals, which I think has been in early access for a little bit, is now fully released. Next Gen Physics Destruction on PS5 and Series X at 60 FPS. There's a new Unreal Engine 5 FPS developed for PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. Finals released quite suddenly in late 2023. After a smattering of previews in an open beta, the game stealth launched to the public in free-to-play form. Surprisingly great, with the emphasis on physicalized destruction. It makes sense given the developers Embark Studios are crewed by a cadre of former DICE employees. Those of you unaware, the former DICE employees worked on the Battlefield games. Alex already looked at the PC release. Time to compare to the console. Game's central premise certainly survives the transition to PS5 and Xbox Series unscathed. With buildings crumbling piece by piece, C4 detonations blowing out chunks of terrain, and RPG-7s blasting through floors and ceilings, pristine and beautifully realized levels, add on realistic spreading fire and ability to add new partitions with a goo gun. There are plenty of ways to manipulate the space based on your chosen class and achieve your objectives against rival teams. Impressively, ray tracing tech is included in all three console versions with the RTX GI technique. What the fuck does all of that mean? As you expect, light from a small window bounces to light in corner, close the corners of rooms, blast a hole in the wall and space becomes brighter. Effects runs with fewer rays and has slower update with the lowest setting selectable on PC. What? But it adds a lot to the presentation if you're left waiting for 10-20 seconds for changes to be fully reflected in the environment. Effect at a slower rate update than the lowest. Oh, okay. With all that in mind, how does the console compare? All consoles target 60 FPS, which is great news. There's no quality performance mode toggle, as is the trend these days. Series S is expected the worst case scenario given raw performance disadvantage. All three consoles run with dynamic resolution scaling, dropping resolution as GPU loads increase, but the cutback, the Series S, blah 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 blah. Okay, they're just okay. Anyways, moving on. Screen space relations, cut the resolution. Well, whatever. Last is the next along is the Series X version. I'm kind of bored by this. It sounds like it runs well still on the console. The only complaint I have is the default look for characters, which goes back to the free-to-play. In assessing the Series X and version A, it's real pleasure to say no console loses out on 60 FPS gameplay. You get the destruction physics and ray tracing global illumination on each machine, sparing some visual cutbacks on Series S, and resolution foliage and shadows. Yeah. Cool for them. I do want to check out the finals. It's free. I don't know what version I'll get. I think I'll just play it on PC, even though it's got the heavy destruction. I'll have to check it out. Y'all let me know if you'd want to see a stream on the finals and see some gameplay on the finals.